create.
I got into pottery because of my husband. After a couple of decades of doing homeschooling, being home with the kids, we had a nice place in Wisconsin with lots of acreage and just enjoyed taking care of the house, taking care of the girls. That was my focus. And then Pete said one day, I'd like you to try going to see if you would enjoy this clay camp. And I found that interesting. Pete didn't usually come up with those kind of ideas for me personally. And so he thought Mary and I, my oldest daughter, could go and do it together and it would be something fun. And that's really what clinched it for me. I thought one-on-one time with Mary, this is going to be a nice experience. I'm willing to go away from home for a week and sleep in another bed. And when I got my own clay and I was able to start working with it, I felt like something in me settled into place. Like this was a fit for me. It was a nice, peaceful feeling. I didn't even have the pressure of, was it going to turn out? There's something about getting your hands on the clay and with the water and allowing that to spin and feeling the clay start to give and move with where you want it to go, and sometimes moving in a different direction and following that and learning about the nature of clay. That I find it grounding. I find it humbling. I feel like clay is, the word for clay to me is sincere. It's something that is, it's only asking to be having patience and to have a medium like water to help it begin to move on the wheel. So it's very soothing, rhythmic, and when you feel it moving into a shape with you, you know those platelets are lined up, it's centered, and this clay is saying, yes, let's do this together. The creative field for me, my imagination that God gave me. I'm seeing things, envisioning something, and needing to express it. I recall as a young girl being fascinated by the process of, when snow, we lived in town, in the city, would get dirty with dirt, and it would be kind of packable, that brown, almost like gritty snow. I recall as a kid going out and grabbing that and packing it, not to play with snow, but this sense of satisfaction that this moved and it would hold a form. That was my first memory of this sense of forming. And it's really salient. I can remember and hear it. I can hear the crunch. I can feel the packing. From that, it went to sand on the seashore, when we would be at the beach, all the way up to when I was in 3rd grade and made a turtle. This was a big deal. Pete and I want to work together. Part of it is we complement each other. Our styles are very different, so we have an ability to challenge each other on how to view something or how to go about something. I think working with Pete is going to give me better momentum. Pete has a way of looking at things that gives me a sense of I can do anything. He gives me a feeling of confidence because he didn't ever stop to wonder if I could throw that particular form. He'll just say, throw me a large party bowl. And in my mind I will say, I've never thrown anything that big. But he's just saying, you can do it. And in my mind I'm telling him, when you put the glaze on, is there a way to keep it from going inside the cup, just to keep that rim? And he will think, Sherry, I can see his mind working. Sherry believes that I can figure this out, and I'm going to figure it out. So the dynamics of our relationship are more fun And when you believe someone has confidence in you, you have more confidence in yourself. If I can't use it as a form of ministry, I quit. I first want to minister to God. I want Him to see me and enjoy my pleasure. I want Him, I feel like that verse that says, He rejoices over you. He dances over you. He sings over you. He's twirling. I mean, all these different translations give a picture of God really excited when we're doing something that we love. And I feel that. Every time I'm in the studio, that's my benchmark. I'm going in there to minister to God and say thank you. Thank you for giving me eyes to see that this is something that you've put in my heart, part of my special things, like something in your backpack you're given when you're born where you pull it out and say, I've discovered one of my special things for while I'm alive, and even into eternity, something that I'm going to continue to enjoy. So I minister to God first. When I minister to God, always comes back to me is a desire to minister to somebody. And I have this feeling of, I want my work to have the voice of God into someone's heart. I don't want to give away a mug and a bowl and that be the end of it, something functional. I want there to be something more, so that not only is there the touch of God in everything I do, so that power comes, and if someone's holding something that I've made, they're going to be aware of something supernatural, that they were made for more, and that God's going to speak a message into their soul about their creative potential and His desire for them to seek Him and to know Him, and not to just believe bad things they've heard about Him, but to seek Him for themselves. This is my passion.